Hi, guys. Welcome back. Saggies, I appreciate all your patience with me this week. There have been significant technological issues, and it made it impossible for me to actually do videos. It was just cutting my streams off. And anyway, lots of little glitches lately, but that's all right. We just roll with it. But thank you for being here. So this is in honor of the upcoming 11/11 portal, and that is coming up tomorrow. So I did do an 11/11 message that turned out to be two of them for the masculine and the feminine. They will pop up at the end of your of this stream. But let's just go ahead and jump in and say, how's the 11/11 looking just for our Saggies? What are they seeing? What might they want to fine tune so they can really manifest the absolute best? We have got the Five of Pentacles. If Sag is looking in the mirror and they're saying, there's some areas of my life where I don't really see I'm getting much back for the effort I'm putting out. In fact, maybe I'm hemorrhaging money. This could be Sag just going to sit down and look at, the list of things that they've been spending money on. Sometimes we have forgotten, subscriptions and stuff that we've been paying for. And we're like, I know I paid for one of those food delivery services for 2 years before realizing that I had still been paying for it. So sometimes that happens, but looking at, where am I hemorrhaging energy? What isn't yielding a great result? And let's bring it back. We got that Eight of Cups in the reverse. I'm ready to bring it on home, which is a great song. Bring it on home to me. I'm hearing the version of the Commitment singing it right now. This feels like, I think Sag is going to start pulling their energy back. I feel like they're returning to center. They're returning to self. They might start canceling things if they were planning on going on a trip and they're like, I don't really have the money to do that right now. I'm not going to do it. Or, it's pulling energy back. They could start to get refunds in their bank account because of the way they're looking at their finances. The refund can also be on our time and energy. If we had a schedule that was jam-packed full with all kinds of stuff that we had pre-committed to, and we're like, I can't do all this. It's not possible. Not only that, maybe there's some stuff I don't feel like supporting anymore. Let me pull my energy back. We got the Devil in the reverse. I think, well, in this case, we have something that was like the tip of the iceberg and the ghostly. I look at this Devil card as if ghosts from the past, old patterns of behavior, old things that we got preconditioned, that we had to say yes, we had to do what other people wanted us to. We were always feeling, like, well, I can't let anybody down. They expect this of me. It's required of me. I think that this is Sag saying, no. I'm not going to be that person that keeps giving to people that know how to manipulate me. I'm not going to do that anymore. No more of this hemorrhaging my energy. I'm leaving and I'm going back home. This could be if a job was just not paying enough. And maybe Sag was like, I moved out here for this job, but honestly, it's not what it's been cracked up to be. In fact, I don't like the weather out here. I don't like any of it. I want to move back to where it's sunny. I'm going to call up my old boss and say, hey, I wanted to go out and try this big life change, but honestly, I like it better. I like it better where I was from. Have you got any openings? This really could be, because look at the difference, the ice cold versus this beautiful sunlight. And that's what Sag is moving back to or going back to. There's nothing wrong with reversing course and getting on the path that we prefer. Going back doesn't mean we're going backwards in life. Think of how many roads in our life, we will circle and return. Sometimes life is just a series of figure eights, just like the infinity symbol, right? Sometimes we have to grow and then we come full circle. And we don't consider that every time a clock goes around 12 again and again, it's like, oh, there it goes again. Just can't get out of that cycle. It's like, no, it's not a bad thing to go around, learn stuff, and then change what we're doing. We've got an Eight of Swords. We have the Lover's card. And we have the Seven of Swords. This to me is starting to feel like Sag, that Lover's card is in the reverse. It's feeling like Sag is I'm going to say that they'd been stuck for a while on someone that wasn't the right person for them. Maybe Sag has realized that that person is stuck and they're not admitting it. This could even be that somebody is in love with Sag, but thinks Sag won't take them back. So they're trying to pretend like they're moving on, but they keep looking back. They keep sitting down. This could be one of those situationships or relationships that I don't know. This feels almost like Sag is aware that somebody wants him back. Does Sag want them back? Seven of Pentacles, Four of Cups, Knight of Swords. A lot of time has passed and we see Sag flying. Birds are migratory and we see this kind of bird flying, this change, this shattering illusions, and this sudden, I'm hopping on a flight and I'm coming back. Is this going to be a relationship that comes back together and an entire, like I say, a direction of life that might be coming back around? My earrings migrating. I don't know. This feels like somebody's coming back, but we got the Seven of Swords. Somebody's been ignoring their guides, ignoring everything that they wanted. That little emerald and the serpent that says everything could be different if there was a do-over. And it almost feels like Sag has been lying to themselves that they can walk away from something just like the other person has been lying to themselves. Sag doesn't want me. This will never work. But I can't get over Sag. Sag doesn't want me. This will never work. But God, I keep looking back like, are they really gone? This is a storyline that in this, it isn't over. Whatever Sag still needs to do, and let's not assume that it's lovers. Just because we have the lovers card, that's a card of choice. It doesn't have to be about romance. By the way, we have the serpent here and we have the serpent here. And, these are different decks. So it's interesting to see that representation of change, death, shedding an old skin, and doing things differently is prominent on both that Lovers card in the reverse and here on that Seven of Swords. Plus, we've had the Seven of Swords twice. Nobody's being honest. There were a lot of things that needed to change, admittedly, but nobody was really done with this story. Let's say this was about career or, we're, roommates having an argument and it's like, well, I'm moving, I'm going to leave. And maybe Sag even did for a while. But if there's something that they're not done with, a career path they're not done with, a place that they still want to live, a lover that they still want to love, when two people are still not done with it, why are they pretending that they are? Because everything keeps saying, no, we just need to change how things were going so it could be successful. But honestly, I don't want to walk away. I still want that. But maybe we have to acknowledge that we need to change the way things were going so that it can be more successful. Got the Lovers upright. I don't get to pick the cards. I go with whatever we see. But in this story, Sag is not done with a romantic partner any more than they are done with Sag. I mean, this person, I think, is going to be, if Sag comes back into their life, this person is like literally snuggling their face right into Saggy's neck and is like, I am never going to let you go. Let's never break up again. This feels like there is such a strong, they could be a Gemini, but there's such a strong, like, I need this. I need you. This is overseen by the divine in this storyline. And we got the Queen of Swords. And this time we have two ravens, two messengers, and kind of like the eye of the universe spotting this. To me, it looks like the truth has always been, I didn't want to let you go. You didn't want to let me go. We thought we had to walk away from this. We had to move on. We had to do this or that. But, I went out into the world and I found that where I went didn't click. And I wanted to come back and I wanted to work things out with you. This feels like saving a connection right before two people walk away from it permanently because neither one was actually done. I mean, in this storyline, it looks like it was a good thing that Sag did exit so that they could go and, work on some things that they needed to as far as recognizing If I don't like something else that I'm shifting into, I like what I had before better, but I also don't want to lie to myself. There's things that could be refined about my previous connection or my previous job or my previous whatever. But if I want that still, why would I have to let go of it? Why would I have to, accept what I don't want? Who tells me what I'm supposed to do, what I'm allowed to do just because I left something? I can never go back to it. If I actually want it, I'm allowed to go back to it. Is this about love, or is this about life or friendships? Or we have Three of Swords, we have Five of Cups. It's a multitude of things. It's more like, if we could step back further from this story, we would see that it's in matters of the heart. Sag is realizing I don't have to walk away from stuff that's going to leave me more devastated. If I still want to find a way to work through things, if I think it can actually be healthy, I would rather do that than walk away and grieve the rest of my life and say, oh, but I walked away and I'm never allowed to return. We can always make new decisions. Even if we left something, we are allowed to go back to it if that's what we still want. Nobody else decides but us. And with the Five of Cups, this is about one's own hopes and wishes and goals and dreams. If Sag has wanted to do something and then said, oh, it's not working, I should move on. This is juvenile. I should go off. I had a silly dream that I wanted to have a toy store, or I wanted to specifically have a niche of like, I paint unicorns on, or sculpt unicorns and sell my sculptures. And now I realize, oh, that's so stupid. Why would I do that? This says, why would they not? Why can't Sag pursue that wish or dream? Why do they have to go into the big old city and go find some job, doing something they don't love for money, instead of continuing on with their dream, their pursuit of, like I say, sculpting unicorn knickknacks? I mean, whatever it is they want to do, the only person in charge of anybody's life is oneself. And so make the choices that don't make us miserable. Make the choices that don't, make us say every single day, I'm going to wish I was still doing the thing that I dreamt of. Every single day, I'm going to still wish that I was with that person that I wish I had worked things out with. But I'm not allowed to because I moved on. This storyline says no. Sag is allowed to go back and do whatever the hell they want. Nobody else is the boss of them. I liked this because it's just about a character asking themselves, in truth, where do I want to be? And they're saying, I want to return to something previous. We don't often get stories like that. And usually we get these stories where we're only championing the moving on, the going forward, the, having the new romance, the new this, the new that. That's not every story though, is it? And I love that, because I have had significant times in my life where I've turned around and gone back to things and it was the right choice. I've moved forward and then been like, I hate this, totally hate this. And I allowed myself to acknowledge it and say, I'm so glad I walked that path far enough to know that it wasn't for me. And now I want to go do something else that I've actually known in the past. And I've never regretted my choices. Sometimes I needed to grow in a different direction. It's like pruning a tree. It starts to grow and you go, it went this way, but let's clip it so it'll reroute and go maybe back, a little bit more the way it did come. So it's just pruning. All right, I'm going to leave that there. Thank you so much for giving it a thumbs up. Thank you guys for giving it me the patience, actually. And thanks so much for hanging out. I am trying to be much better about remembering to tag products. People always ask me where I get jewelry, this, that. I'm trying really hard to tag products that are either exactly what I have or very, very similar to it, right down to like the hair care products that I actually do really use, because I have questions about that too. So I hope that answers some questions, you guys. But thank you, and I'll see you again real soon. Bye for the moment.